Yo guys, welcome back to Tailor. So today I'll be showing us how to cut
an overlapping safari top with a single button.
So just stay close and follow up if you're ready to learn this. As you can see the picture displaying on the screen, I'm going to put you through step by step how to cut that out. So first thing first, we need to get a length for our overlapping. Our overlapping is the most first thing to start with. Cutting out the front. So getting the length, the wideness of our overlapping, depending on the circumference of the person. Like for this, we're making it a free safari top, a kind of crop top, not really crop top. Get that straight, kind of crop top. So what we'll be doing now is getting the wideness of our double breasted. So 5" will be fine. 5" into 2, that's 2.5. So mark 2.5. We mark 2.5. So we rule out a straight line at 2.5. This is a pattern paper. I'm going to use a silky fabric to cut this, so I prefer cutting on the pattern paper first. So for comfort in pattern drafting, I'll just, since it's a pattern paper, I can just bend my 2.5 this way, or whichever one you feel comfortable to do, you can just go on. So bending my 2.5" this way. So for the chest is 45. 45 divided by 4 is 11.25. 11.25. This is 11.25. And then we're going to add our sewing allowance, which is 1" and for the overlapping allowance we can add 1/2" for normal shirts, but this we already have our overlap here, overlap, so it's pretty more than 1/2". All right, so that's 12.25. 11.25 plus 1" which is 12.25. So in the front here, we're getting the length. What's our length? We're using 28. I said it's a like crop top, which is 28 plus 1" folding allowance. Well, let's make it 1.5" folding allowance. So let's go. Stretch out. Boom. Sewing is fun. Pattern drafting is even more fun, except if you are not called into the ministry. So let's do this. And then what we'll be doing here, now we just took out our border line, the length, the width of the fabric, before we start designing anything. So now what you use in demarcating this is the highest part, like the most largest part of the body circumference. If the chest is the most largest part, you divide it by 4 to get this. If his tummy is the most largest part, you divide it by 4 to get this, so you don't get confused. We mark the shoulder here, which is 18.5. Mark, and then we take a slope of 3". 3 solid inches. Mark. So we're going to take our slope from the tip of this point. Boom. Let's go sloping. Then that's all. We just need to cut. We're just going to lay it direct and pretty the same, and add 4.5 inch this way, 4.5 inch, so take the slope of the back along with that of the front. We do this. So I bring it down to the marking, or marked the length, and I still hold it down, and we just cut the same. So we're going to be measuring 1 inch this way, 1, 1, 1. So you bring this over to the 1 inch. The 1 inch you marked, bring this over to it. Make sure it's lying down firm. And so I'm just going to bend this way. It's going to bend here. This way. You can take it out for good visibility. So shoulder is 18.5 divided by 2, which is 9.25 plus 0.5. That's 9.75. Then you mark. Then chest, divide by 4 from this high side. Chest divided by 4. You mark. It's 11.25. So let me shift this so you can see. $11.25. So let's take this, mark 11.25, and then this shoulder line, we're going to take it straight down. Get it? So for fitting, we're going to take 1 inch inward. 1 inch inward. This point is from here to here divided by 2. From this point to this point divided by 2. That's where you get this point to bring it 1 inch. So don't get confused. So lead me on, lead me on. So for the tummy, for the round tummy, measure from your shoulder, depending on where you measure for the tummy. So this is 18.5. So the round tummy is 42. 42 like this plus 1 inch like this. So get So the thing we'll be doing now is getting the neck. So neck doesn't really matter for this since it's a safari, but let me show you how to go about getting the neck. So you can go 4.5 or 4.75, then you go 2.25 this way, 2.25 this way, then you take your markings, they call this a neck cuff, but I don't really like the shape it's given sometimes. Okay, I think this side will work. Yes, it's perfect. I want you to take a look closely. So you can see we got 17. Just what we wanted. So we're going to start trimming. So to trim, since it's on a pattern paper, we're going to hold it down firmly to avoid it moving around. Now, armhole is always, as I always preach, the armhole is the chest divided by 2. That's the total roundness of the armhole. Then the front of the armhole is the chest divided by 4 plus 1 inch, which is the sewing allowance. As you can see, just check closely. Let's measure. You can see it's 12.1, which it still works. It's just 12.1 instead of 12.25. So you can dip it a bit if you want to, but for me this is perfect. It also works. And cut out the neck, which we've measured before now. Okay. Now the overlapping is not just an overlap, it is having a lapel. It's having a lapel. So our lapel is going to be this way. It's going to be this way. So we're cutting out this part. So you see, this is it. If you want it to go more slow, you can bend it, but I feel this is just what I need. Then for this part, you can just take it downwards. Take it with ½ inch or 0.75. That is what you'll be taking it downward with. So see how it looks at that point. Now for the sleeve. The length of the sleeve is 11 plus this seam allowance, which is ½ inch. Then we'll add an extra, the allowance that will be folded in 1, 2. 2 is perfect. And then from this point we measure 6, then 6 we measure 4, and depending on the size of clothes you're sewing, though, for this 6 and for this 4, but basically from 46 to 38, 39, it works. So right here I'm going to measure the bicep divided by 2, the bicep, which is 16 divided by 2, palm plus 1.5. Then bicep divided by 2 plus 1 inch. And here I'm going to measure 5.5. We're just going to curve. This work with a free hand as well. Don't be intimidated by all these curves. So since for the front we are having 12.1, we're going to make sure we have the same thing here, 12.1. So this is 12.5. So let's fix it up, come a bit downwards. Let's go again. So this is 12.25, which is okay. And we'll connect this part. That is all we need for the sleeve. I'm just going to trim it out on my fabric of choice. So comment down below if you want to see how the sewing is made step by step. Comment down below telling me what you don't understand about this pattern drafting, as I will do a proper explanation to all your questions to make sure we all are moving together. So thank you. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, night from wherever you're watching from. Peace out, y'all.